Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Would I listen to Izzy Presley? Ooh, not if he was the last disc jockey on earth, honey.
The unscripted, uncensored, loose cannon of commentary.
Why did you say that? Why? Why? You come out with stink like that? Poop. Your poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
See, son? Old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum look a lot alike, Daddy.
I've got a midget friend, an albino friend, and another friend who thinks Lord of the Rings is real. Together we call ourselves the Unfuckables.
Quinton is in. Let the fun begin.
Party time.
God, you're an asshole, man.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and this is another fucking podcast. I forgot to change the intro. Oh, well, it happens. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. It is 6 p.m. here in beautiful California, beautiful downtown Burbank. Coming to you live with dUg Pinnick in studio. Gonna get to him in just a second. Make sure you guys do hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Izzy Presley, Real Izzy Presley on Instagram, Facebook, and the Twitter machine. And of course, the show page is another effing podcast. You will see a little PayPal link at the top of the podcast page, and you can send me money. That's right. You want to donate money to the show? You absolutely can. I got a lot of cool shit I want to do that I cannot afford. So, hey, why not make my listeners pay for it? You know, why not? I'm just kidding. You can donate if you want. If you don't, I don't care. I'm just glad you guys listen each and every week and have yourselves a good old time. Merch is available as well. That link is also on the pages, on the Real Izzy Presley page and the Another Effin' Podcast page. So make sure you check all that stuff out. Tomorrow night, if you guys are in Los Angeles, please come on down to Hollywood and Highland. Yes, Lucky Strike, Soundcheck Live. The mega host returns. Another great night. Carl Restivo is taking over. The Great Ferlazzo is out on tour with Avril. So while the cat's away, the cocks will play. That's right. That means I actually get to sing a song or two tomorrow night. I'm so fucking excited about that. Finally. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Awesome. Come on down. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Bass Month continues, I guess. We had Robbie Crane on last week. Did I have bass players on earlier this month? I don't fucking know. I've had a lot of bass players on lately. Chris Wise. There was one right before him, too. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, from King's X and from KXM, the Grandmaster of Groove himself, dUg Pinnick in studio.
Hello.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Good to be back. We had a great time last time.
Oh, we did. Drinking some beers, making fun of my buddy Adam.
Yeah, I got really wasted, kind of. It was kind of neat.
Yeah, it was funny.
Probably said things I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, I think the phrase I remember is, I've never had a cock in my ass.
That's right. I remember that now, and that's true.
You've been a busy guy lately. Lots of King's X recording.
Mm-hmm.
How close are you guys with that? I know you were kind of trying to get it all done.
We finished it.
You did?
Yeah. It's being mixed as we speak.
Nice. Is there a time frame that we're looking at?
Next year we know.
Okay, cool.
We haven't figured out a time frame yet. We don't want to give ourselves a deadline where we want to make sure it's right. And ready to go, and everyone's on board, record company, everything.
Right. That's right. You guys just got a deal.
Yeah, Golden Robot Records.
Out of Australia.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I mean, I noticed they've been signing a few bands lately, and it's like fucking... I didn't even realize until Eddie was talking about it last night.
Cool.
How'd it go with Eddie today?
It was great. It was so much fun. George just is such a... He's so funny.
Yeah.
I had a lot of the stories he told, I don't even know if they were true or not. It's like, George, is that true? Really? He's got stories, man.
Oh, my God. Well, I remember the first time you were on, I asked you about this, and because it was one of George being George stories.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah, we did KXM just so I wanted to help Doug out because he was living in a trailer underneath the overpass in Los Angeles.
See, he's so good at that nowadays I don't even know if it's true or not. Him and Billy Gibbons, man, they got stories. They're good at telling stories.
Right. Oh, that's funny though. That's great though. Congrats on the record deal. That's fucking awesome.
Thanks.
And got Monsters of Rock Cruise coming up and Cruise to the Edge.
Oh yeah, that's
jumping on the Prague one.
Well, I'm leaving in a few days for the Hendrix Experience.
Oh, that's right. How long are you going to be gone with that?
It'll be 3 weeks with Satriani, Ani, and Kenny Aronoff.
Okay, so that on the last one was who was on the last one?
Oh, Zach was on there. Doyle Bramhall, Eric Johnson, Billy Cox on bass most of the night. It was pretty cool.
Okay, so you were just singing.
No, I played bass with our little 3-piece thing. We had a half hour at the end of the set.
Okay.
We kind of closed the show with the crazy live Hendrix stuff, the long jams and stuff.
Gotcha.
If 6 was 9 and stuff like that, and Third Stone from the Sun. We go
Gotcha.
off into the deep territory.
Yeah, see, I've never seen that Hendrix show, so I guess I didn't realize how it worked.
You should go.
The whole thing, yeah.
Basically, there's a house band, and then all the guitar players just come out one by one, or they do double things or whatever. Dave Mustaine was the last time too.
Oh yeah.
And I asked Joe to do it too, and Joe said, "Well, I did it before. Let me put a band together." And so he asked me and Kenny to do it, and they gave us like a 20-minute, half-hour set in the middle, or at the middle of it, or the end of it. I mean, tongue
and
twister.
You're not even drunk.
Not yet.
That's happening later. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta get another one. Ugh. A little parched. Shit goes down so easy. I'm going with the blackberry vanilla this time. I know you're not a vanilla fan.
No, I don't.
Oh, Jacobus checking in already.
Hey, man.
Dick Chasen is in the house. Scotty from Canada. Hello from Northern Canada, y'all. So excited to have Doug back. I am too.
Awesome.
Circle of Dolls kicks ass, he says.
Thank you.
And Michelle checking in. Hello, Izzy and all. Love Doug.
Hi, Michelle.
And we will be taking calls in the second half of the show.
Oh,
we're going to make that happen this time. We tried last time, but
that's right. What happened?
That's right. I just hit. We couldn't hear him. He could hear us, but we couldn't hear him.
Right.
I just didn't press something.
Oh,
I figured it out. So we'll be taking calls later. Keith Eichten checking in. He's a Monsters of Rock cruiser, and I believe he's going to be on Mega Cruise. That should be awesome. So I was listening to Eddie's interview with Johnny Z from Megaforce. What do you remember about your time with Megaforce?
Oh, vividly. That was the beginning of our career.
Right.
You forget that. They were a small company, and they were hell-bent on making their bands work. They stayed up day and night. They had a whole crew of people that they were relentless because they really believed in the bands. They had Overkill and Metallica. Well, Metallica was gone at that time.
Right.
They had Anthrax and...
Ace Frehley.
Yeah, Ace Frehley. There's a lot of good stuff. Tribe After Tribe. Just they picked some really interesting bands, which is pretty cool. But just Johnny and Marshall were like just friends. They weren't like record executives. They're like just a bunch of guys that like to hang out, but genius people. They knew they knew their music. They always had their heads to the ground.
Hey, he had said something about he remembers that barbecue. Do you remember the barbecue?
I remember a barbecue, but I don't remember the specifics. I've been told.
Yeah, he didn't give specifics. He just said, that barbecue was, that's a story all on its own. It's like, oh,
wow.
I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to ask Doug about that.
I don't remember. I remember that we did have barbecue, but... And this was Johnny or Ed said?
Johnny.
Okay, no, I don't remember then, because I know Ed thought I was... Well, I sat down to eat one time, and I pulled out this big bag of pills. And he thought I was on drugs or something. It was just vitamins and all kind of stuff. I was strung out on vitamins, and back in the day, I used to take everything there was if you were supposed to take it.
Right.
I stopped.
You stopped.
It don't work.
But you're still weigh 25 pounds. So
yeah, I don't do anything to lose weight. I try to gain it.
You just have you are one of those lucky ones with that metabolism that never slowed down.
It never did. I remember it when the switch happened, and I felt slower. But I'm still at 69 bouncing off the walls.
Do you ever think at 69 you'd still be out doing it?
I never thought about it. One day I woke up and went, oh, wow, you're 69, you're still doing this. Oh, okay, what are you going to do? Because people say, hey, Doug, when are you going to retire? And I go, retire? What's that? Why stop doing what you love to do?
Right.
And what are you going to do when you retire? Look at the four walls and be depressed, or I'm gonna play till I die as long as I can. I mean, why not? I mean, every day it's a new song in my head, and I'll just keep writing tunes and keep doing what I do. Somebody will listen to it.
I'm gonna be bouncing all over the place right now because obviously I don't have a script in front of me. It's just like shit that pops in my head, and then people ask questions on there, and we'll take calls later. When you're writing for King's X, you're writing for KXM. Is there a different writing process for you?
Completely the opposite. With King's X, I bring songs in. This new record, I brought 28 songs in, and Ty and Jared brought a whole slew of songs in, so we whittled them down to about 17. And we're really, really excited about it. So we go in and we basically take each other's songs and make them our own. Everyone talks about motions and what do you want, what do we want to do, so we can get the whole vibe going, so everybody's on the same page. And with KXM, it's nobody brings anything in. That's the law.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even if you thought about it the night before and you brought it in, no. It's got to be spontaneous. Even Ray says to George, he says, George, did you make that up last week? He goes, no, you broke the rules, can't do it. He said, you got to lie to us.
Wow.
You got to at least bring it in and lie to us.
Because, George is pretty much a riff master. It's just...
George is a riff master. Here's a good thing about George, and he agrees with this. Here's how it starts out. Ray is always doodling around on drums, and he'll start out with something, and I'll just go, dude, play that again, and I'll find a bass lick in it. Or I'll just make up a bass line. And between the two of us, we come up with this groove, and then George will come in with his thing to put on top of it. He said, even with Eddie Trump, he said he's used to writing everything and making up the riffs and melodies and stuff. And he says in this group, he doesn't do that. And he says we all come up with what we need to come up with. So he says his chance is he feels like he's inadequate. I told him, no, you're the icing on the cake, which is what he's doing. But we force him in a corner where he can't do, I mean, we all are. I think we're all pushing the envelope and pushing each other. Because, I'm used to playing with Jerry, which leaves a lot of open space and a big pocket. And so I can kind of do what I want to. I can make up a riff, anything I want to, and he'll plow through it, which is the magic of him. But with Ray, I'll make up a lick, and he'll kick into it 3 times. I'll play the lick 3 times, and he'll come in with the beat. It's intricate, it's complicated, and it's set. And I just go, what's going on in his head? It's amazing what he does with that. And we just kind of start jamming on a song or a part. And then we just keep going on that part until it makes sense. And then we record it. And then we make another part up. And we keep making parts up until we stop. So we got 3 great parts. So let's make a song out of that. Or we'll get 4. Or one of us will say, we need let's do 2-measure something. You know, and we'll make up something really cool, and Ray will go into the studio after we've done all these pieces and piece them together. Me and George will just take off, and then Ray makes them into songs, and we go in and he says, "What do you think?" And we'll go. He says, "Can you sing to that? Is that a chorus? That sounds like," we talk about it, and then he goes in and he plays the whole thing himself and owns it. And then we come back in and put our stuff over top of it. So he's the template, and then I bring up lyrics and melodies when everything is done.
Okay, so it's not like, okay, we're jamming, all of a sudden, Doug, what do you got?
No.
Okay, so you're actually able to go home and write some lyrics.
That's the thing about lyrics. I always go home and do that.
Okay.
It takes me a while to come up with lyrics.
Dick Chasen says, love KXM, rescue me, and obviously King's X, just brilliant. Huh.
Thank you. Thank you,
Very
bro.
well. Very well. Dick Chasen from the greater Minnesota area.
Minnesota.
Oh, my God, it's so funny. I was digging through... I was just trying to console shit and just get rid of a bunch of shit, because last year I went home and came back with like 3 fucking cases of stuff that I left when I moved out here, right? And I found this King's X poster from the Star Bar in yeah, because that was the first time that I had ever. Well, actually, the first time I met Ty.
Oh,
the first time I met you and Jerry was at Rockin' 101. I showed you that picture.
Okay.
We all looked really...
I don't remember meeting you. I just seem like I've always known you.
Right. But I remember that show at the Star Bar, because you're doing like your little meet and greet line at the end of the show, and I got up to Ty, and I'm like, you kind of got this Peter Criss Kiss Unplugged vibe going on. He goes, dude, that's not cool. This guy just said, dude, that's not cool. I think he was...
He was joking. Yeah. He was joking.
But it was hilarious. Jacoba says, do you have a favorite solo album that you did?
Strum Some Up.
All right.
Only reason is because I had all my favorite musicians play on it, and I can walk outside of it and listen to it as a record, and I like it. That's my favorite, but my real favorite is the first solo record I ever did. Massive Grooves. It's not that it was a great record, it was recorded well or anything about it. It was just me finally just being free to do what I felt like. Yeah,
because it was the first one.
Yeah.
Back to the KXM thing. Is there any chance we're going to ever see a show?
Yeah.
Is that actually going to happen?
We got the feelers out. We decided to do it in December. We've committed to some shows in December. Korn, according to Ray, Korn postponed their tour a month or something like that, so he's off. So we're going to try to do it. We got to rehearse, and we got promoters involved, and we're just negotiating. And
nice. Well, I suppose that's the hard thing when you got your drummer's in one of the biggest bands in the world.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of hard to get out and play, and then George is out playing fucking...
Well, George has got a new band, too, now. He's got a new side. Tomorrow he's going to finish up some... I forgot who he told me it was in this band, but that guy's got so many bands.
Yeah, exactly. How many is it now? Is it like... 7, 8?
I asked
him. Because he's got him and Michael Sweet, KXM, when they do the Doc and reunion shows... Lynch Mob.
And there's the Imbeciles, something Imbeciles with Corey Glover and.
Yeah.
And then there's others.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Gotta pay the bills.
I know, but how do you remember all those songs?
I don't know if he goes out with those bands.
Oh, it's just one. Hey, let's put a record out. Okay, cool. Next.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the one thing is always even as a musician, John 5 was on Trunk yesterday, and he's the noodle guy, and very, very good at it. But it's like, God, he goes out and how do you remember those fucking solos?
Well, some people just have those photographic memories, like movie stars. Some people just can do that. I can't. No way.
Yeah.
If it ain't organic, I can't sit down there and learn somebody's bass solo. I don't want to. I mean, there's different kinds of musicians. Some want to sit down and learn intricately every little nuance and everything that there is. And then other people just want to groove out and have fun. And I'm somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm. Did Eddie ask you about the alien abduction today?
No.
Oh, that dumbass! Because the first time you were on the show, you told me that story.
Yeah, it's in the book.
It is. For
The
people
King's
that
book.
people that didn't hear the story, can you remind us of that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
I was 3. I remember 2 things when I was a baby. When I was 1.5, I remember my grandpa died, and I remember crawling the floors and looking for him because he used to pick me up and rock me. And I don't remember that I knew what I was doing, but I remember the people, the room, everything. And the other thing was I was 3, and I remember this alien, this person came to my bed, and he took my hand, and I walked out the back door with him, and he looked like Jesus. He was tall, he had long blonde hair, and just a white person with sandals and a robe and a big silver or a gold belt around him, and the sandals wrapped up his leg. And so I went with him, and I was so young I didn't even know who Jesus was.
Right.
But later on in my life, because it always haunted me, I figured it must be Jesus, because that's what my belief was at the time. And so I started going up. I remember going outside, and it was really, really bright all of a sudden. Like, it was middle of the day. It was so bright. And we were going up. And I remember, I don't know if we were walking up, but we were going up. And all of a sudden, I looked back, and I saw the house down in a ways from me. And I thought, I want to go back to my mommy. And I started to have a panic attack. Next thing I remember, I was at home in my mom's lap crying.
And the thing that's weird about that story is that it wasn't an alien form that we're taught that aliens supposedly look like.
Well, see, when I was watching in Ancient Aliens, I think there's some kind of alien program. They say there's 4. The people that have been abducted, there's hundreds of them or thousands of them.
Yeah.
They all talk about 4 different aliens. That's it. They don't talk about any others. And one is the Nord. And they look like humans. They're taller than we are. They're blonde, blue-eyed. They look like Scandinavians. That's why they call it the Nords.
Right.
And then when I started looking at I've been studying on the Anunnaki and the Sky Gods, the people that supposedly genetically altered us from Cro-Mags, and they show drawings, the writings and stuff, the tablets they found. You see all the pictures they've carved, and they're tall people with blonde hair, and they got these shoes, they're sandals, and they tie up their leg, and they've got these robes on with belts around them. And so I'm going, that was the aliens' attire. I guess that's what they wear. It freaked me out.
Yeah, I mean, I watch Ancient Aliens all the time. I have it on Fridays. It's like I have my thing. It's like Mondays and Tuesdays. It's First 48 up until 1 p.m. when Days of Lives come on because of priorities. And then like Fridays, it's Ancient Aliens.
Have you checked out the Sumerians though? The Anunnaki, they're the first people taught us how to write and everything. But basically, make a long story short, they came down, they took Cro-Mags, and gave us one of their genes, which has been proven. We do have genes that other people don't have, or other species don't have, and they created us. And all of a sudden, in history, it shows that all of a sudden we pop up out of nowhere, and we're prosperous. We're doing things. And that's what happened. And Enki, who was the one who genetically altered us, taught us how to do these things and how to eat and how to do it.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing, and I know this is really, really crazy, but there's 2 of them. There's Enki and his brother. I think his name. I forget their names. But down the line, it happens that one is a good guy and one is a bad guy. And at the end of the day, everybody thinks the good guy is the bad, everybody thinks the bad guy, everybody thinks the good guy is the bad guy.
Gotcha.
So there's a thing in the Bible that says the world will learn of the great deception. And I believe the world has got it wrong.
That Jesus is actually the bad guy. And the devil is the good guy.
That's crazy.
That's like the ultimate.
He was the one that genetically altered us and taught us all of this stuff. And, and they couldn't control us because they just made species that didn't have children. And they said they needed more. And so they decided to genetically alter them and make a female. And then we started having babies, and they couldn't control us. And that's why they kept kicking them out of the garden. Now, the Garden of Eden is called farm. It's where they kept us. It's not a paradise. Paradise is the farm where they kept the humans. And they kicked the humans out when they couldn't deal with them. They're killing each other and doing some Cain and Abel. They threw them out. That's why the Bible says Cain went out and found and had a whole family. He went left. And the Bible doesn't talk about anybody out there in the world. But why did Cain leave? And all of a sudden he found a wife and had families and stuff like that because they were already out there. And they ended up trying to take arms against us, gods, they call them. Because let's get backtrack. The gods, okay, they are kind of like gods. They can do certain things, but they die. But they live 100,000 years. And they've come here, and they've been fucking with us. It's a long, long story. And people must think I'm crazy, but you got to go online and start reading about it.
No, this shit fascinates the hell out of me.
It blows
100,000 Years, ironically, one of my favorite Kiss songs.
Wow.
But
and yeah, they die, and even the flood. They talk about the flood, and they knew that the ice shelf was going to break and flood the earth, and so they said, well, let's just let it break, and we'll just kill them all, and then we'll start over again. And so they got back in their spaceships and went away. But Enki, I guess it was, they call him Satan. He went to a couple of his genetic people humans that he taught genetics to, and said, here's all the codes, here's everything you need, here's a boat. When it's over, start it over again. The Noah story. It's like everything you read, it blows my mind.
Right, well, and it's ironic, and it's funny that we've just got down this weird rabbit hole, but I love it because it's not shit you usually talk about on the radio.
People are going to hate me right now, but think about this. Mary, she was a virgin, and she was Jewish. If you have a baby out of wedlock, they kill you. That's the law. So the angel came, the alien came, and says, you're going to have a hybrid baby. And she goes, how's that going to happen? And the Bible says the Holy Spirit will come upon you. He artificially inseminated her. Then he went to her husband-to-be and says, don't kill her. Take this child as your own and don't tell anybody. Because it was against the law, which God had, And so she has this baby. That's why Jesus is part alien. That's why he could do things.
Yeah, that makes sense. And they don't teach us that shit in Catholic school.
No.
No, I mean, like I said, this shit just fascinates the hell out of me. But, even go back to like the Nordic gods and all that stuff. I mean, that makes sense when you look at the Nordic gods and the Greek gods.
All those myths actually have truth to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been altered and changed and on down the line. But at the bottom, I mean, they all came from the sky.
Well, and it's funny, too, because the story of Jesus has been told for thousands of years before. Thousands of years before Jesus. I mean, there's many religions from before Christianity that told basically the same story.
The King of Kings, Lord of Lords, is like 817 of them or something. They said that Noah, when he created the religion, it was a part of what he had learned from the Egyptians, from their religions. It's like, so it's just everything is a hybrid of something.
Right. No, like
I believe that shit happened.
I do too.
The Red Sea parts and hey, anything's possible.
Right. No, it's funny you say, Jesus was part alien. Like you said, it explains all the powers, the healing power, the rise from the dead.
And his smartness. He was 12 years old. He's in the synagogue telling people about stuff that they didn't even know about. He came to bring peace.
It didn't work.
Nope. Because they can't. There's no way. No. We know we cannot control the human race. We are uncontrollable. Not at all. We are Adamic by nature, and we will kill each other and destroy everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just kind of human nature.
It is.
And it's animal nature too.
It is animal nature.
I think animal nature is not as advanced as us. Animal nature is I got to eat.
Well, what makes us bad is that we have animal nature, but we have brains and we know what we're doing.
Right.
And that's the difference. Animals go out and kill and they eat and they do what they do because they need to survive. We kill for joy and entertainment and shit like that. And we're horrible things. We really are.
No, we are. But I think it's even getting worse now because, I mean, and I talk about this all the time about social media and how it's just brought out this narcissism in people. And I'm guilty.
Me too.
I'm fucking guilty of it.
Me too. Me. It doesn't matter if you're saying bad things or good things about someone. They're getting attention. We need so much attention, and that's what we are too.
No, absolutely.
But you know, we're the most adaptable creature in the world, they say.
I believe it.
They can put us in a pen and tell us to do this, and we can just do it. And after generation, it's just what we do, and we don't even see there's anything beyond it.
Do you believe that technology has been brought to us by aliens too?
Totally. There's no way I would think of anything else. How anybody come up with that stuff?
Yeah. It's like fucking Einstein and just all. It's like, how can you be that?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, even those guys had, they probably had some alien, technology or something happened that helped them open their mind up. I mean, even in the Bible, when it says that, what was it? Daniel saw the angel took Daniel to the wheel in the middle of a wheel and showed him the whole of the earth. So the earth was round. He saw a round earth, and he went up into a wheel in the middle of a wheel, and it was an angel that took. It's bullshit. It was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if you got any brains, the myths are just destroying everybody. See, that's my problem with religion again.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with religion if it brings peace, love, joy.
Right.
But the religions that I notice that I'm around, they want you to be like them. If not, you're not a part of them, to the point of death in some religions. Right. And then they say God loves you. How can that God be a loving God? Get what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
And that's what bothers me is Jesus loves you, God loves you, and I say, look around you. Do you really think this is love? And then they make up all this bullshit excuses. Well, he's letting people be other. It's free will. It's this, it's that, it's this, is that, and this and that. And they just keep making excuses. It's like a husband who's beating the shit out of his wife, and she keeps making excuses up.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody. Some people believe and it's their life in it, and they get life out of it. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with anybody doing what they do. I have my beliefs. They can have theirs. As long as we don't cross, we got a problem. As long as you don't want to make me be like you and tell me I'm going to hell that I don't believe that you believe. That's bullshit.
I think, I had 10 years of Catholic school, so I'm done with Catholicism. I'm just here, but I think the premise of like the 10 Commandments is a good premise.
Yes.
And this is how I live my life. Live your life, have fun, and don't be a douche.
Yeah.
It's not quantum physics.
Even the 10 Commandments, think about how horrible people have become at that time.
Oh, I know.
It's like you got to say, hey, man, come on. Even the burning bush, I believe, was a hologram, but I don't know.
It was a hologram, like fucking Ronnie James Dio was going to pop out of it.
and the alien talked to Moses. And said,
the
hey,
alien,
man. I don't know. At the end of the day, we'll find out or we won't. And I could be just babbling bullshit, and it's just bullshit, or else it could be some kind of truth in it. It's just the way I think and the way I look at things.
That's the best attitude to have. It's just like what affects me. How people freak out, they lose their shit about something. I just back up and go, how does it affect you other than emotionally? How does it? Well, yeah, but. Answer the question. How does it affect you other than emotionally? Well, it doesn't. Then what are you freaking out about?
Right.
Just fucking get over it.
Yep.
Just get over it. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with more DUg, Pinnick, and we'll get back into some music stuff. Even though Scotty Strickland is
no more religion, we'll talk politics.
Yeah. We'll talk. Oh, Jesus
God,
Christ.
don't even start.
Oh,
I'm not going there.
I'm not either.
Not going there.
I'm not either. I used to dabble in it a little bit on the show, when it was just me doing the show, the Izzy Presley
you get
show.
So much hate.
Oh, no matter what you say, somebody's going to get pissed off about
somebody.
It. It's just ridiculous. So
that's why I wrote a song about it. War of Words. X KXM. We'll talk about it. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we're going to figure out if you are back in town by October 19th. So think about that. Think about that in your head.
I might be. I'm not sure.
You might be. Okay, cool. Sledgehammer says, this guy needs a podcast.
Oh, I've always thought about it.
You should do it.
It's another commitment.
You can do it from wherever.
Yeah, true.
You can do it on your phone from the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think about that. Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah,
you really think so?
Hey,
if anybody thinks I should do one, what do you do? Click a like on a. I'll just do that on my Facebook. Hey, if I do a podcast, anybody gonna listen to it? And if I get enough people, I'll go, okay.
Well, see, this is the thing about podcasting, Doug. You are a public figure. People know who you are. You have a chance to have a successful podcast. Me, I'm just some schlub from Minnesota. Well, honestly, I am. You're not going to have a successful podcast if you're not already famous, unless you have one of the very, very
get
lucky
some great
ones.
people there, like David Letterman.
Yeah, exactly. But you, being someone who is famous, you could have a successful podcast, and you have something to say. It's not going to be like fucking Snooki. It's like, what is Snooki going to tell me? Snooki's not going to tell me anything. Doug Pinnick has something to say. It's another fucking podcast. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
All right, and we're back. Doug is using the facilities right now. He'll be back in 2 and 2. First half of the show brought to you by Beater Amplification, ladies and gentlemen. Beater Amplification, badass 100 watts of testicular fortitude. Doug, they're making they're going to start making bass amps now.
Who is?
Beater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter.
Beater.
Beater.
Beater. The amp.
Oh, that one. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're going to start making bass heads now.
Well, that's good.
And he's actually going to make a 21-inch one with a 21-inch sub in it for some god-awful reason.
I don't even understand.
I know. He's like, why? He goes, why not?
Wow. Wow.
But, yeah, that's not going to be a norm. So check him out, beateramplification.com. And second half of the show brought to you by A&P Productions Laser Engraving. It's A&P Laser, and they can laser engrave pretty much anything, even a goddamn hot dog bun. That is how good they are. AP Lasers. Find them up on Facebook to find their website and find out where they are going to be. Also, John Palumbo Design. We love us some John Palumbo over here at Another Effin' Podcast. You have a band, you have a website, you have a new business that you need something designed for, hit up John Palumbo Design. He can do it all. Logos, websites, and everything. Check him out, johnpalumbodesign.com. Doug, you were gone. You missed the Tom Arnold impression.
Oh.
And we're going to play it for you once again.
Okay.
Just because it's so goddamn hilarious.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor.
That's awesome.
Craig Gass. Craig Gass. All right, October 19th. It's the day after we get off the Mega Cruise. You're not on Mega Cruise, but if you are back in town, I am trying to do my act of tribute to Ace Frehley show. Myself, Alex Kane from Life, Sex, and Death. And Enough's Enough, and Chad Stewart from Fast Pussycat. Usually Johnny Martin from LA Guns, but Johnny is going to be out of town, and I want to do a birthday show. If you are available, would you like to sub for Johnny Martin and make a little money?
Say that again? Do what now?
Play bass in my Ace Frehley tribute for one show.
I can do that if I'm here.
If you're here, all right, cool. That's all we need to know. You find out if you're going to be here, then we'll book a show.
Because I'm out on with the Hendrix tour. So.
Yeah, because it was October 19th. Would be the date. So if you're back.
No, we'll come back the 23rd.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Sorry.
Dude, it's all good.
Okay.
Just the fact that you said you'd do it made my birthday good.
Good.
So, there you go. All right, so the political song on the KXM record.
Mm-hmm. There's probably a bunch of them. Who knows? I kind of dabble in everything slightly. I don't like to. When I write a song about a subject that's controversial, I try real hard to be neutral because I feel that the only way we can understand each other is to listen to each other and see both sides. And if you see both sides, you still might not agree, and you probably won't, but you can calm down and stop all this separating and hating, you know? And so, War of Worlds, WOW, verbal bondage holds me hostage. Verbal beatings, double meanings. As well. That's something like I keep forgetting the words because it. Shame on me. Let me see. Honest candor, full of banter. I mean, just everything is about people going back and forth with each other. And the chorus is, "It's a civil war of words. We are in a civil war." Somebody wrote in and says, "I don't see what's civil about a war." I'm going, the Civil War. He was thinking civil, like it's
right.
It's like two sides, and when we're using words and we fight each other. Watch the news and all. You say one thing and you're called a racist, or one thing and you're called a socialist,
or a snowflake, or a libtard. Yeah.
And just about every one of those people are so far away from that. America is a race-based country. We just are used to it. I know there's places I go that I'm not welcome. I've been across this world. I've been called nigger before and yelled at and all kinds of stuff, But at the end of the day, I'm still an American, and I'm going to walk out there proud and do what I do.
Absolutely.
It just blows my mind how we just, I don't know. I could just keep going on and on. I'll stop.
No. I mean, look, I think the problem is people have lost all rational thought.
Yes.
And people... they just can't have conversations anymore because they're used to just going online and going, yeah, well, this, and you're a racist Nazi.
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
It's not about finding a solution or doing something to better the world. It's let's argue. Let's hate on each other. So we won't listen to each other. When you have a conversation with someone, if you come at them aggressively, if you come at them condescending, if you come at them hard, they're going to get defensive and come back at you. You got to sit, and you can't go to somebody, I love you so much, but that's the same thing as the opposite.
Right.
Just be fucking honest.
Right.
I don't, a friend of mine texts me a song and he says, I think I'm going to start writing songs. Here's my first song. What do you think? You want to play on it? And I go, well, number one is, this is your first song you've ever wrote. Okay? Now, you might think it's good, but practice makes perfect, right? You got to do things before you get good at it. You pick up a guitar and you can't play it immediately. People say, I want to be a singer, and they're 25 years old. And I'm going, well, have you been singing all your life? Are you into it? Well, no, I don't sing much. I'm going, well, why do you think that you should do this now? What you do is what you've been doing all your life. That's the only way you're going to be happy. Whatever your passion is, you go out there and do it and hopefully get paid for it.
Right.
You know, you just can't wake up one day and go, oh, I'm going to be this, unless you really locked yourself away like Dime did. Dime locked himself away, and a year later he comes out whipping on guitars. That's what Vinny told me, you know, because Dime started out on drums, and Vinny was playing guitar, and he saw that Dime was better on guitar, and he says, well, I'll just get on drums then. And I remember Dime told me, he said, I locked myself in the room the whole summer, man. And I just practiced, you know, and it's like, look at him, you know. So it can be done if you're relentless, but it's got to be in you.
Yeah, it really does. But you have to have the back to what you said about being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, Trunk always talks about this all the time, is that nobody's honest with anybody.
Right.
You know, it's like, well, yeah, these guys are really good. Well, we think we're really good. Everybody says we're great.
Right.
But let's see if this will work. All right, hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. I got to make sure this is all set up correctly. Scarlett, okay. And Scarlett. Caller, are you there? Save.
Oh, no.
No. Caller, are you there? Why are we not hearing the caller? Effects. No. Caller should be there. Okay. Hold tight, caller. We got to figure something out here. Call back.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Scarlett. Oh! Speaker. No, that's... Oh, that's why. Hold on. I think we got it now. Are you there, caller? Hello? Hello? Sunflowers. Okay. That should be right. Okay. Let's hold on. We have to try to reinstall something here on the fly. I love technology.
I hate it.
Yeah, but it's like if people can just have a conversation, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when writing lyrics for KXM compared to King's X.
No difference.
Okay.
I'm always writing about what I see around me, you know, and trying to make sense of things and just trying to make some logic into it, you know. Got a song on KXM called What Good Is Once When You Need It Twice, because you'll need it again for the rest of your life.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
Getting too deep on me, Doug.
Well, I got one called You Make Me Smile as Big as the Sun. I love that. It's real heavy, though, but you make me smile big as the sun.
I got to listen to that record.
Got one called Mind Swap.
Mind Swap.
Mind Swamp.
Mind Swamp. Please, please indulge.
Kick stomping in a mind swamp. Kick stomping.
All right.
I have a friend actually. I got the chorus out of him. We were texting each other one day, and he says, "Well, I guess I'll go. I guess I'll keep on kicking in this mind swamp. Talk to you later." And I texted back and I said, "That's going to be a chorus, bro."
I fucking love it. I love it. Does lyrics just naturally come to you?
Yeah, but because they naturally come to me, I try to challenge myself.
Okay.
So, because it's like I could write a song, you know, lyrically in a minute about an event that happened. My mother's that way too. She can tell a story, and I can easily do that. But I like Bob Dylan. Mm-hmm. You know, I want this abstract stuff. So it's, you know, instead of honing on my strengths, I run from my weaknesses trying to fix them. I've always been that way. So I try to be lyrically I like it when I hear something, a song or somebody says something, and it makes me think of a million things, this one line. And sometimes I'll be talking and I'll just say something, just spew something out, and they'll stop and go, "Dude, that's a chorus." And I got to write it down. But you have to write it down in the way I said it. You can't change one word. That's the weird thing about it. When it flows out of when you're talking and it means something, then we sit down to make lyric out of it, and you want to change words around or something, you can't do it. It ain't cool no more. The meaning is gone. I mean, and for me, is when I write a song, if it doesn't have any meaning, I feel like I'm fake, and people see I'm fake. You know, it has to have a reality in it, or I can't sing it. Even doing the Hendrix stuff, I really, almost to the point of tears, doing some of those songs, because the more I did them, the more I got to get into the lyrics, and the more I did that, hanging out with Billy Cox and Billy's wife and Jimmy's sister. You there?
I think we got it. Allow, cancel. Awesome. Damn it.
All right. You lost him again?
That's all right.
Okay.
We're gonna try to call her.
Okay.
We're going to try to call her. All right. Let's, new conversation, phone call.
But anyway, talking to Jimmy's sister and people around him, you got to know him, you know, in some way. And so when I'd sing it, I'd feel like I was channeling him in some ways, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing that I have a problem with lyrics is I read them, I write them, and I read them and think, oh, this is terrible, this is cheesy.
Well, most of them are. But that's what people want sometimes, too. A lot of people don't want to really think. Music is to get away from all your problems. You know, some people want to relate to songs, and so you sing to them, and they go, oh, man, I'm going through that, too. I'm feeling whatever. Or some people just go, man, I've had a fucking hard day. I just want to go out and party and dance and just forget about it. So you got your songs that you know, have that attitude. Like even tonight, we're doing "You Spin Me Around" at the Ultimate Jam.
That's the song you're playing on?
That and "The Cult," "She Sells Sanctuary." Two of my favorite songs.
Dude, that's badass. Why?
They just rock.
Well, yeah, they do. Well, I mean, the Cult fucking rules.
Oh, yeah. "She Sells Sanctuary" changed my life. Me and Ty I remember Ty called me up in 1987 or 86. And at my apartment, he says, dude, turn on MTV. They're doing what we're trying to do. Because we hadn't got a record deal, but we had this thing that we knew we were going for. And we heard "She Sells Sanctuary," and we go, man. And I went and bought the record, and I went, damn. They're doing this vibe. And I tell you, without that band, there'd be, you know, King's X wouldn't be what it is. You know? I like to tell Billy that sometimes. I never had a chance to tell him that. I've run into him many times, but I'm going to have to tell him.
Yeah. John Napper wants to know if you have any favorite newer rock bands.
Yeah, well, you know, I love Periphery. I mean, they're one of my favorites. There's, Carnival. Man, they're badass. Dude, where's my phone?
All right, All right.
I'm going to pull up some stuff.
Do we got you, caller? Hello? All right, hold on. I'm going to try to call you back through FaceTime. This is weird. We're going to make this happen. Don't worry. We're going to get you on the phone, Jasmine. All right.
I got a list of things that I've been getting into, and it's crazy. There's different types of stuff, too. This Brittany Howard, dude, she's just like old school. And then there's this chick called Samantha Smith.
Okay.
She's like, she looks like Betty Boop, man. She's really hot. She got white blonde hair, and she plays a guitar hanging on the side of her. And it's old, like blues slide stuff. And she kind of sounds like Bonnie Raitt, but it's sort of old school. It's really cool. And then there's, let me see, Blacktop Mojo, Chastity, Candija, Blackstone Cherry.
Blackstone Cherry's badass.
Yeah, if you like mellow music and you just emotional with no vocals, Hammock.
Okay.
HAMMOCK, man, I play them all the time. Let me see else. I'm looking down my list here. He Is a Legend is one of my favorite bands. I love those guys. Grandson. Check them out, Grandson. Let me see. Get Beauty and Chaos, too. That's Michael. I'm on that record, and with a bunch of people on it. It's pretty cool. Zach and Wayne Hussey and stuff like that. So that's Beauty and Chaos. And Volcano Choir. Check them out. Let me see. Fractures, if you want to cry. Cane Hill, if you want to rock out. They're pretty heavy, like Meshuggah and Periphery with lots of vocals. Circles, Sky Harbor, Dead Letter Circus, Carnival, and Vola. Vola are just fucked up. It's like Meshuggah with vocals that are harmonies and stuff. It's pretty cool. Sleep token.
Sleep token.
And that's it.
Hello?
Jasmine.
Yes.
Izzy Presley here with Doug Pinnick. I've decided to call you through my FaceTime so you could actually get on here.
And I've been running my mouth.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Phone
Awesome.
time. Well, you're on with Doug Pinnick.
Oh my goodness, Doug Pinnick. You were my very first concert that I ever saw in Nashville when I moved here.
Oh, wow.
I saw you at Exit In with Fishbone.
Yeah, I remember that show.
I stood right up front. You gave me a guitar pick. Everything about that show changed my life and my ideas on how I wanted to be a bass guitarist. And I spent all my time from that point on just trying to find. I don't know how you do it with the tone that you get from your instrument and your amp, but it's amazing and it's fascinating. Both me and, of course, Kevin Bebout, who's my boyfriend from Full Devil Jacket.
Oh, cool.
And both of us bass players pattern our tone after you.
Oh.
I have so many questions for you.
So, you should get a Doug pedal.
As a bassist, though, your favorite...
I have a pedal.
What's your amp setup? What are you loving?
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is I have a bass pedal. It's called DPX3, and it's basically you plug into it and that you get my tone, and then you can vary it to whatever you want. You can go all the way to completely the opposite, but it's designed for those people that want that drive. And Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam told me that it's the best distortion pedal he's ever heard. And a friend of mine in Chattanooga, Tennessee came up and said, "Doug, I think every bass player in Chattanooga's got your pedal." And and it was beautiful. Also, the pedal is number. It was number in the top 5 selling pedals at Sweetwater, and Bass Player Live magazine said it was the number 1 bass pedal of 2019.
Nice.
So check it out.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'm doing a dark glass thing right now, so I'm going to check that out.
Okay, just go online and look up DPX, Doug Pinnick, and there's a whole lot of demonstrations. When it came out, people were just posting like crazy because everyone seemed to be very excited about it. It's really it's exciting for me too, just to see people that excited about it.
Yeah, the whole world, especially fire rigs, have just changed so much. It makes everything just so much better.
Yeah, you can put this thing in your,
no matter where you go.
Yeah, you can put this in your back pocket and plug it into the mains, and you get your comfort zone. Period.
Yeah, for real, it's so great.
Cool.
Okay, this is a song. Can I ask a second question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
From a songwriter perspective, because I write all my own music as well. Which song that you've written on your albums, of all your songs that you've written, which one resonates the most with you? Which one are you the most connected with?
Black the Sky.
Oh, wow.
It's just kind of
interesting.
Yeah, it's many reasons. I always wanted to write like the heaviest, grooviest song that I could come up with in my head, and somehow that one I got what I wanted. And lyrically, it was at a time where I was in a real depressed state, and I was just trying to find my way out. And so lyrically, it's really dark.
Yeah.
And there's one line in it that says, "Something keeps me hanging on. I guess my mother made me strong." And a lot of people go, "Oh, his mom, blah blah blah." But no, my mom. I was taken away from my mom when I was 3, and they threw her out. And it broke my heart. My great-grandmother told me that my mom didn't want to be bothered with me. For some reason, she just said that to me, which destroyed my whole life as a child at 3 years old. And so that song is, my mother made me strong. Her leaving made me have to stand up and be myself and find myself, and so still trying.
That is amazing.
And my mom was the coolest.
Forced you to see who you are.
Yeah, and my mom was the coolest person in the world. Don't get me wrong.
Wow. That's really intense. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Because Over My Head has always just been one of my favorites from you.
Oh, cool.
And I covered that for a lot of years.
We still do.
I love the song so much.
We've been doing that song ever since the record came out.
You should.
We cannot walk off stage without doing Over My Head. People want it, and they sing it. We just let them sing the whole song now.
Yeah, just like Goldilocks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Yeah, I try to sing Goldilocks and they won't let me.
I love them all. Doug,
Thank
you're amazing.
you. You're
such
awesome.
an inspiration to us all. Thank you.
Thank you for the call, Jasmine.
All right, thanks, Izzy.
Yep.
Keep rocking.
All right, we're going to try one more. This other one that he's on now. But, okay.
Come on up. Get your shit together.
I know. See, this is what happens when you produce the show by yourself.
I know.
All right, so let's try this number. 60. Oh, I shouldn't say it out loud.
Oh, sorry.
This is so professional.
Oh, wow. I know that one.
Ow. Here we go. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, this is Izzy.
This is Izzy. You're on with Doug Pinnick.
Hey, got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it. Who is this and where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Stephen Christian Little Sammy calling from Phoenix.
Oh, what's going on, buddy?
Got a question for Doug here.
Yeah, go for it.
There was a number of bands that they've opened for over the years, and they tend to always go over better, it seems like, in front of their own crowd in a small club that's packed with just the rabid fans. Of all the bands that they opened for and toured with, was there one particular audience that they went over the best with, like, say, when they opened for AC/DC or for Motley Crue or whoever?
Well, we've always won the crowd every time we play, but just beating their brains out. They might not leave and buy the record, but we always get them at the end. They're up on their feet. So we always take confidence in that, even though we walk away going, did this even matter? But on the other opposite side, when we were on tour with AC/DC 4 months, and it was one of the greatest moments in my life, playing arenas. Our second record was out. We're on MTV, so it was a big deal. But we got to Germany, and Germany, Angus said, look, every band that opens for us, the crowd treats them really bad. So just letting you know, this is going to happen. Dude, we walked on stage. The whole crowd, 15,000 people. This is no lie. They all had their backs turned to us with their hands in the air with the middle finger.
No.
And they didn't turn around till like 3 songs in because we were killing it. We were rocking hard, and they finally slowly started turning around. And then nobody still, at the end of every song, any break, you heard a militant, Angus, Angus, the whole fucking crowd. Hands in there like a Hitler show. And we'd end the song, and they'd go to chanting, Angus, and we just went into the next song. And we just kept doing it. And at the end, they still yelled and screamed at us, but there were people looking at us, nodding their head, going, okay, you won. But the worst thing that ever happened was I looked out in the audience, and there was this one kid in the middle of the place getting into it. And all of a sudden, this guy next to him turned around and clocked him, and the kid went down. I could not believe it. Literally, because he was getting excited about it, because it's all about AC/DC.
Jesus. Well, I mean, when you see a crowd like that and they're just totally shutting you out back, does that make you just say, fuck you, let's fucking destroy this?
Oh, no, because we knew that was what they do. And,
right.
And the thing is, King's X has always been used to nobody caring about us. I mean, for our whole career has been that. We're so weird and so different that the masses just don't get it. They don't hate us. If they hated us, maybe when you gotta hate, when people love your band and then people hate on your band, you're doing something.
Right.
And the record companies always told me, they said, if people like you and then other people just go, they're okay, it's a kiss of death. That was our kiss of death. Because people don't hate us. They just go, oh, yeah, that's cool. And they leave. And then, oh, I remember that song. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's got more to Mohawk. Yeah, that was a cool song. But that's it. They don't get behind it. And so that was our kiss of death. And that's the way it was with AC/DC. And we knew that they didn't like us. It was a shock at first. I remember sitting there in the dressing room. We look at each other and go, well, we got to do this again. It was like 8 or 9 shows.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And the worst one was when we played this place where Hitler did all the rallies. And there's a shrine at the back of the auditorium with chairs. And that's where he did his thing at. And we were playing there. And with these kids going, and guess with their hands going. I mean, I remember Brian said to me, he says, I feel like I'm at a Hitler rally. And I go, yeah, it's pretty scary. He goes, Germans, they're so united. And they are. They're some united motherfuckers. They really are. Good for them, you know.
Absolutely. Thanks for the question, Steve.
Hope it answered you.
I did have another question from Randy. Wanted to know, was Tom Peterson your inspiration for the 8 and 12 string?
Oh, hell yeah. I remember seeing Cheap Trick back in 75, 74 before they got a record deal.
Oh, that's right, because you're a Chicago kid. Yeah.
And you walk into this club, okay? Now, in Chicago at the time, everybody played louder than everybody else. This is the 70s. We didn't have PAs that really pop. So everything was just overkill. So you're playing a little teeny club. Say, for instance, like you're playing the Whiskey or something. It's a small club. 4 Marshall stacks wide open. You know, you had them on the floor. You had them you put them everywhere. I remember this club had a PA and then another PA in front of it, but kitty cornered just a little bit so the other one. I mean, it was just overkill. So I went to see them in this little teeny club, and Tom Peterson had 2 18-inch folded cabinets laying on their sides, 2 12-inch high-watt cabinets, guitar heads, and then 2 twin reverbs on top.
Jesus
And
Christ.
he was wide open. White noise.
Wow.
And I just remember we went on tour with them after we got a record deal. And they were getting ready to walk on stage, and I'm standing on the side talking to Tom. And I said, dude, that 12 strings is so cool. He says, want to check it out? And I'm going, dude, you're on in like 2 minutes. Just stand there waiting to go. He says, here, take it. And I put it on, and I plunked on it for a second. I'm like, whoa, it feels like a 12 string. It was so crystally, and just there was something about it. And I handed it back to him, and I said, man, I got to get one. He says, just call up Joel Danzig at Hamer. And so I did, and got a whole bunch of them.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
People want to find you. How do they find you online?
Dug Nation, Doug Pinnick. Facebook, Doug Pinnick Facebook.
With OUG?
It's DUG or DOUG.
Yeah.
If you just look up DOUG or DUG, you can find me everywhere. King's X, Instagram. What am I on Instagram? Doug Pinnick, I guess. I don't know. I should write these things down.
Yeah,
so
it might help to know these things. Yeah, that's why I just kept mine simple. Real Izzy Presley, all the way across the board.
You know, I should do that.
Yeah, you can change it.
Well, just look up Doug Pinnick.
Yeah, just look up Doug Pinnick.
Pinnick.
And KXM.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully December.
Yeah, hopefully. And the new record's out.
New record is out at any place that you can buy your albums.
If not, stream it. I don't care.
Uh-oh. Hold on. We have another, we got another fucking voicemail here.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what this one says. Let's see what this one, I wonder if we can listen to it. Let's try this. I know we got to go, but because hold on, you still have to go home before you go to the jam.
Yeah, I gotta go over the songs a couple times.
Oh shit! All right, well we're just gonna do this. We're gonna listen to this voicemail,
okay.
and then we'll go. So you can get make like a tree and get out of here. Oh, messages.
It's been a good day.
It has been a good day.
Sirius Radio with Ed Trump.
Easy.
And
contacts, phone calls, invites.
Jam night.
Ultimate Jam Night. I wonder if we
just read it.
No, I can't see it.
Oh, I can. I got my glasses on. Oh, I see.
Google Voice.
Quiet.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Here we go. Here's the voicemail. All right. Suspect if I have the right number, then I have a question for Doug Pinnick. What is Doug doing hanging out with the likes of Izzy Presley when he has a career? I am kidding. Actually, my question would be about the Lions in the Sand collaboration he did with Dream Theater, how that came about. Oh, Kenny Wayne. Yeah, I know Kenny.
Oh, cool. Hey, Kenny. Here's what happened. Dream Theater used to come see us back on our first album, and they're all fans of King's X, and we become fans of them. And actually, Ty and John Myung, the bass player, are best friends these days. So one day, I think somebody said, "Hey, man, wish we could get Doug on there." I think it was Mike Portnoy on that record, and somebody said, "Why don't you just call him and take a chance? I think he'd do it." And they thought I wouldn't do it. And somebody called me. I forgot who it was, and I said, "Yeah." And they flew me in, and they put me up in a hotel and paid me. And I didn't even ask for anything. I just flew out there to do
best.
it. And I remember they'll tell you the same story, but James said, "So do you need a room to warm up in?" I go, "No, I need a room to smoke this joint." And I went and smoked 2 joints and went in and did the part. And that's their story, and that's my story. It's true.
Fucking love it. And then Cruise to the Edge. Cruise to the Edge this year or next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hendrix Trip,
Monsters of Rock Cruise.
King's X is doing shows. King's X is finally doing Nashville again.
Really?
We haven't done that in about 14 years.
Really?
It's going to be crazy.
That's
because it's a whole different
awesome.
city now, and it's a music town. You know, anytime we play a town with a lot of musicians, it's insane.
Yeah, well, because that's who your
We're
most of your fans are.
Musician band.
That's damn true. Doug, thank you again for coming by.
Bless you. I love
really
you, man.
appreciate it. Sorry about the phone problems. But hey, we got a couple calls in.
Yeah.
Got a couple calls, got some great questions. Go buy the new KXM record, new King's X next year.
Yep.
King's X tour next year.
Yep.
Monsters of Rock Cruise, Cruise to the Edge. Make sure you do hit up all Doug's social media. Hit up my social media at Real Izzy Presley. And the show page is Another Effing Podcast. And click on that PayPal link. Send old Izzy some money. He's poor. Ha! Oh, we'll put it back into the show. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday night, and then Tuesday night. Still working on the guests for Tuesday. See you all then. Don't forget, my name is Izzy Presley. What I lack in talent, don't get excited, Doug, I make up for in cock.
I was going to say that. I was going to agree.
It's Another Fucking Podcast.
I love it.